I have some really exciting news. I have been asked by Ivy the Geek Goddess to be a co-host for her first ever D&D Readathon. I felt so honored because Ivy asked me to be a team lead for one of the 5 teams that are going to be part of her readathon. And I'm a lover of Dungeons and Dragons and of course reading, so this was the perfect idea and I was so excited to jump on it. I love games, I love D&D, and I love reading. So I was super excited that she had this brainchild that's coming to life in November. So if you also love reading and you also love D&D, even if you've never played before but you like the idea of it, this is going to be the perfect readathon for you. So in the D&D readathon, she is having 5 teams, 1 non-competitive team, and then 4 competitive teams that will be battling out to be the best class in the realm. So that being said, I should let you know that I will be co-leading Team Fighters with Steph from Coffee Over Apples. So be sure, if you are going to join this readathon, you should choose the winning team, which is going to be Team Fighters. So already, if this sounds interesting to you, the first thing you're going to want to do is go over to a link that I have down below to Ivy's original announcement video, and there you're going to find out all the rules for this readathon. She also created an awesome adventurer's guide for you to look through and kind of see the rules for yourself. So after you watch her video and decide you're absolutely in, you want to participate in November, the first thing you're going to want to do is join the Discord. So in the Discord is where we're going to be hanging out, having fun, hyping each other up, finding out what the quests are throughout the month of November. So if I didn't already say it, this readathon takes place from November 1st to the 30th, and we're going to have 6 main quests. We get a new quest every 5 days, and in between the main quests, there's also optional side quests. So if you complete your main quest prompt, which means you read a book that fulfills the main quest prompt, you have the option to earn additional experience points for your team by rolling a dice and getting side quests, which kind of acts like random encounters. You know, when you're traveling in D&D and random monsters will pop up and you have to fight them. But basically every main quest has a series of side quests that you could go through. And you can do anywhere from 0 side quests to all side quests. It's really up to you. So I think it's really cool that Ivy set it up that way. I think she really did a good job of accommodating people that read less and people that read more, and everybody can participate and have a really awesome time earning points for their teams. So because we are gaining experience points throughout the month, and that's the most important part of this readathon, if you're on the non-competitive team, you don't have to worry about that. But for the competitive teams, that is the point, right? So you have to remember, you're gonna need to submit your reads throughout the month. So don't forget to save that link to the Google form and be tracking every time you complete a book and submit it so we can keep track of the experience points that have been earned for each team. Another reason why that's important is because every time a team levels up, we gain new spells or abilities that you can use as bonuses for things in the readathon. So for example, there could possibly be a special ability that allows you to double up on a prompt or something. I don't know, I'm making up because I don't really know what the spells and abilities actually are. Only the Dungeon Master Ivy knows those secrets. But I'm really excited to find out what will be popping up throughout the readathon. So after you go to the Discord and make your team selection, you will be granted access to that team's special channels where you can chat with other members of your team, a good place to encourage each other or ask if certain books fit the prompt for the bonus experience points for your team, because really it's about the friendships and the journey along the way to victory, that is. Another really cool thing that Ivy did was she created a D&D inspired character sheet for us to use, which of course is optional, but it does add some really fun flavor to the whole readathon experience, and I'm going to show you what mine looks like after I edit it using Canva to make it more personalized to me. One important thing to remember is that each different team has a special way to earn additional bonus points. I'll go over the criteria for Team Fighter, and if you're interested in the other teams, you're gonna have to watch the original announcement video or check out the announcement videos from other team leads from other teams. So for team fighters, we earn an additional 50 experience points every time we read books that contain epic battles, fight scenes, chosen one trope, revenge quests, legendary artifacts, or weapons. And if you're not sure if a book qualifies, of course, ask in the Discord and we'll go ahead and tell you if we think it works. And most of the time, I feel like if you think it works, it'll work. Ivy has created a frequently asked questions section of the Discord, so if you have any questions or concerns about anything, you can go there and see what she has to say about it, and most likely you'll get your answer. If you're a fantasy reader, I feel like Team Fighters is going to be perfect for you because a lot of fantasy books have a lot of really epic battle sequences and there's a lot of fighting involved a lot of the times. But even if you're not a fantasy reader, I feel like Team Fighter can be perfect for you as well because I don't read soul fantasy. I often read a lot of horror or other genres. So I actually looked through my physical TBR and pulled out some books that would qualify for the bonus points for Team Fighters. So yeah, right off the bat, I could pick up The Fellowship of the Ring, which is fantasy and has the ring, which would count for the legendary artifacts. So that would be a good one. Another book that I found on my shelf was Joyland, which I've been wanting to read by Stephen King, and there is a little gun in the corner here, so that would count for bonus points for fighters as well, because there's a gun there. So this would count for weapons. Another book that would count for weapon on the cover, which also has a gun on it, is Sinful Bargains by Zara Jade Astrid, and this is a dark romance book. Really, we're covering all genres here, even with just the weapon on the cover prompt. Another book that I've been really excited to finish because I started it and I never completed it because I got completely sidetracked was Chain Gang All-Stars, and this has not only a weapon on the cover but has to do with fighting. So this is perfect because this book contains basically a gladiator style arena battle throughout, and this is more of a dystopian sci-fi, but this would absolutely count for extra experience points for the fighter team. So even though I've seen all the movies, I've never read The Hunger Games. I feel like this would be a perfect opportunity to pick this book up because not only is there a chosen one, since Katniss is chosen to represent her district, but there's a whole competition. So I think this would absolutely count for an epic battle. And then the last book that I'm going to show you as an example for something that would count for Team Fighter is The Women by Kristen Hanna. So I don't know if there is depictions of the actual war in this book or if this is just the aftermath, but I feel like because the theme is around the war, this one would probably count for fight scenes or epic battles. If I'm wrong, let me know. I haven't read this, but I heard it's really good. So yeah, with all that being said, I hope you are as excited about the D&D Readathon as I am. I'm really looking forward to it in November. It's going to be so much fun. So if you want to be part of it and join in on the fun, please go over and watch Ivy's original video and join the Discord. And don't forget to choose the winning team. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be participating in the D&D Readathon in November, and let me know which team you're joining. Wait, I almost forgot to tell you. We're also going to be doing sprints throughout the month of November. So that is something new for me. I've never done live sprints on YouTube. So you're going to have to come out and support me when I have sprints, okay? I think I'm going to do a practice run of sprints maybe later this week. So keep an eye out. Maybe in a few days, I'm going to do a live sprints to dip my toe into that. So if you enjoy sprints, I would really appreciate it if you came to hang out with me while I do mine so that I'm not just sitting there talking to myself, because that's not fun. Also, if you don't know what sprints are, I remember when I first joined the book community, I didn't know what readathons were, I didn't know what sprints were, so hi, if you're new, sprints are essentially when people jump on, sometimes it's live, sometimes it's pre-recorded, but you set a timer to read or do something productive for anywhere from like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour. I mean, you can set whatever time you want, but you set a designated amount of time and then you do that activity. So in this instance, we'll be reading. And then once the timer ends, we can talk and chat and talk about like what we read and just kind of chit chat about whatever, check in with each other. And then usually that lasts for maybe 5 to 10, 15 minutes, depends on how chatty we're feeling or how many people are in the live chat. And then once we finish chatting for about like maybe 10 minutes, we'll set another timer and start reading together again. So it's kind of like a way to be productive together. It's a way to motivate each other to continue to read, because sometimes it's hard to stay focused and do an activity because it's so easy to just pick up your phone and do something else and get distracted. But sometimes, like when you're doing it together with somebody else, it's a little bit easier to stay on track. So that's what we're doing. My dogs have the zoomies right now, so that's always fun. So if you can hear them in the background, bless them, bless their hearts. It's time for them to go for a walk, and they know it. It's like they have this like internal clock. They know when it hits a certain time and it's time for them to go out. So I'm gonna go do that with them. So I have to go. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.